Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and over here on TikTok, guys. Y'all know TikTok. We coming to y'all for the after party, after the show. It's the after party, man. So y'all know we coming over there. We live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Tonight's topic is the top five qualities that make toxicity so appealing to women, and why. And y'all know, man, y'all don't want to miss this. So we're about to get into this thing. And man, look, we've already done the sound check over here on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. We over here on TikTok, man. If y'all don't hear Mauricio, trust me, we'll repeat it for you as much as we can over here on TikTok. We having a little bit of audio issue, but we're about to get into this thing right now. Ronnie, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Mauricio, you ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Shit, hold on. All right, sorry guys. Tonight, guys, y'all see got it light up. Got to light up. Sorry about that. Can't be the smoke something, drink something podcast without the spit. All right, guys, we in the game. All right, guys, let's get it. The top five qualities that make toxicity so appealing to what and why. Let's start that over. I don't like that. The top five qualities that make toxicity so appealing to women and why. Y'all grab your stick, grab your drink. Let's get into this thing right now.
Big smoke it, drink it down. With your voice, it got you around. Feel the vibe, we're set to roll. Let's play, let's lose control. Sip a drink and smoke will swirl. Join the convo around the world. Relationships we dissect slow. Current events, we let them flow.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy JB, man. You guys ever notice how a woman will say she wants a good man, but somehow ends up falling for the one who gives her anxiety instead of peace? Now, let's just talk about that, because it's not just a trend, it's a pattern. And if we're being honest, it's a pattern that's been normalized in dating culture the last few years. Tonight, we're breaking down why toxicity feels so fulfilling, why it pulls people in even when deep down they know better, and what it actually says about what women crave on an emotional level. But before we dive in, guys, make sure you hit that like button so this conversation gets pushed out to the people who need to hear it and who are ready to stop confusing chaos for chemistry. And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe right now. We talk about love, peace, and the real psychology behind relationships every single week. Now, y'all know I ain't doing this alone, man. I got to introduce my star-studded panel. Y'all know who I got to come to first. The young pup on the podcast, new school. All day long, I'm going to let him introduce himself, tell y'all what he's sipping on and where y'all can find him on the socials.
What's up, guys? As you can see, I'm back home, back in my native Tampa, back in my natural habitat, where it lives. Tonight I have my gas station Twisted Tea Peach. And of course, my Saratoga water.
Nice. I forgot to bring that out tonight.
Yeah. I mean, I had that. I was carrying it with me all day. So you can find me at Mauricio and at the AI operators on all platforms.
That toxic, the number one drink of toxic men is this Saratoga Sparkling.
I'm glad y'all see it.
Appreciate you being on. I appreciate you joining us, man. If y'all on TikTok, Mauricio, we got a little bit of audio issues, but if y'all on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, you should be able to hear him just fine. I got to introduce my A1 from day one, old school partner over here. And y'all got to understand, man, we counting down. My dog gonna be down here next week. We counting down.
Oh, Lord.
We still got work to do tonight. I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Yes,
tell y'all where y'all can find her. Oh,
yes.
What she sipping on? Where y'all can find her on the socials.
And ready for this the Man is the Cat series to be done, but here we are. Thanks for having me back, Jeff. Welcome back, Mauricio. You did skip a beat while you were out traveling and stuff, so that's all right. Well, because it's cold up here in Charlotte, It's cold. And so it's been cold and rainy. So I got my hot chocolate tonight, of course, with my oldie but goodie, Bailey's cookies and creaming. And I got my Publix spring water in my little green koozie. That's what we on tonight. And you can find me at on IG at RMB LMBT.
Y'all can find it on TikTok right here too. Y'all make sure y'all follow Mauricio.
Whatever
Make sure y'all follow Rhonda. Make sure y'all follow. Y'all know I'm easy tonight, man. I'm saving if y'all been with me, y'all been rocking with me, y'all know I'm rocking my Camacho this time. Y'all see it on TikTok. Y'all know I'm saving the Jeff. I'm saving the real cigar Jeff cigars for the golf tournament coming up. Okay. So I'm saving that for the tournament. But I'm smoking my Camacho Nicaragua before they put the 100% tariffs on them. And of course, I got my Luna Azul Reposado tequila tonight. Little club soda, splash of grapefruit juice. Now is on back order. They can't find it, so y'all looking for grapefruit juice in the grocery store. They don't have that either no more. I'm gonna be switching to pineapple juice probably next week.
Ain't nothing wrong with pineapple.
Doing, man. So I appreciate Rhonda joining me. Appreciate Mauricio giving us that modern take on dating. And if y'all ready, man, let's get into this. I got these top 5, and I'm gonna look, guys. Rhonda and Mauricio ain't heard of these 5, so they just gonna do this. They gonna flow with me because they don't know what the top 5 is. But the top 5 reasons that toxicity is so appealing. Here we go, guys. Confidence is disguised as control. Confidence is disguised as control. Toxic men know how to appear confident. They walk in the room like they belong there. And a woman who's used to uncertainty, that kind of presence feels powerful. But here's the twist. That confidence often isn't security, it's control. It's charm used to dominate, not to build connection. Now, Rhonda, I'm going to throw this to you. Why do you think so many women confuse control with confidence?
I don't think women confuse. You saw how the pitch in my voice changed. We don't confuse. We don't confuse it. Sometimes you got to let guys be guys or men be men. We don't confuse unless the woman is looking. If the woman is looking for something, then you probably would let a lot of mess slide. But someone who's healed, someone who's done been through all the toxicity, they'll notice that pretty quickly. But I do believe women who do want to be in relationships, they probably would let a lot of stuff slide and mislabel certain attributes with people. But I don't think it's all women, but a good portion. It could be a good portion. But it's not that it's so confident. It's just like, oh, let me boost this man up for his little ego. And that's it.
Let me boost his little ego up. Y'all hear it now. Y'all hear, let me boost his little ego up. Now that's an interesting take. Mauricio, when you hear me talk about confusing confidence with control, is that something you agree with, or you see it from a different perspective?
That is a tough one. I think I see it from I can see how you could use it. Me, I'm not really controlling. People say I'm toxic. I don't know, but I'm not really controlling. I just kind of I'm free. But I think sometimes women want you to care, so I have to pretend to care, and that's where it might come across as controlling. I might pretend to control, but to me, it's never that serious. And if I pretend to control, then she knows, oh, he's invested, and then you take it away, and now she's hooked, and she's yours. She bit the bait.
Oh my God!
And I'm glad that Mauricio said that. And for all the ladies,
for
all the ladies that's listening, I'm glad what Rhonda put together. I'm glad what Mauricio put together, because again, guys, we can't. When we look at control with confidence, what y'all got to understand now, there's authentic toxicity, and then there's people who have to act toxic just to get your attention. And a lot of these ladies don't get that, because we know that women are secretly craving toxicity. So now you got to create this drama, and that's more work. You got to create the toxicity, Ron. Don't spit your drink out. I mean,
listen.
You got to.
Go ahead. You got to create the toxicity, Ron.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to.
If you know the woman is secretly craving it, now you got to create this. So now All of a sudden,
No,
guys, if
you're
you ain't good at it,
men crave. Y'all crave that. Y'all crave that.
run.
Let's
Let's
clear.
revisit the topic, everybody. Let's revisit the topic. The topic says the top 5 qualities that women. I'm just saying. I don't know a whole lot of guys that's trying to be toxic. They have to be toxic.
He right here on the podcast.
No, I said that. No, right. Look, Mauricio. Look, in Mauricio's defense, guys. In Mauricio's defense, his generation is all about. This is what they grew up in because it's all digital. People don't know how to interact like in person. There's so many distractions that they've had that it's that you got to go through this phase. Every relationship now got to go through a toxicity phase so you can get to the real person.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mauricio. But I was having a conversation with a friend of mine the other day. We were talking and he was saying some things, and his son is probably around your age, Mauricio. And I said, did our generation create all of this toxicity type stuff? And I think the answer is yes. Like, not your generation, Mauricio, like me and Jeff's generation, because
and older.
It's like, I think your generation does have it right in a lot of ways with a lot of things and how y'all handle stuff. But it's also like y'all are intense in a lot of ways, where I guess our generation, Jeff, was like, you knew you could do stuff, but then you were scared to do stuff. But then you also had to respect the elders, because otherwise you're gonna end up in hell. Yes. You see all
we got all this drama tied to how we talk to each other. Yeah. It's all these rules. It's all these rules you got. Yep.
Yes. And then you have kids, and they like, man, F that. Like, we not doing that.
Yeah.
This is what it is. You want to be here, be here. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
Right. But I also believe that the helicopter parenting for our generation also has done a number on Mauricio's generation. And Mauricio, I don't know if your parents were or are like that with you as you were growing up, like just on you. Whereas our parents was like, you were free to roam to a certain degree. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you had to be home by yourself. And whereas y'all generation, Mauricio, I think parents were so on you guys, like just around all the time. Like, and then you don't have time to sneak. So you might as well just do it in their face.
Yeah. Now, Rhonda, that's a good point. Mauricio, jump in there, because see, I think that the toxicity now is a part of your training. You have to come across as toxic just to get her attention now. The people who come to me for relationship advice or ask me about women or this, that, and the third, all the layers you got to get through before the conversation can be real is just crazy. Why? They're expecting you to be toxic because they want a challenge before they let that guard down. Jump in there, Mauricio. Let me know what you're thinking, bro. Because obviously you in the game out here.
Yeah. So first, I want to shout out one of our older episodes, what new school can teach old school, what old school can teach new school, because I've heard it right there. Second, I think more so circumstances. I think you're right. Circumstances kind of shaped me to who I was. I was raised with the idea of that finding one woman, that one, like, you find one woman and you stick with her for the rest of the time. Yeah. I was raised like that, and I have 4 sisters too, so I'm raised with a lot of female voices all around. But with how our world is today, Jeff is absolutely right. You have to bring that toxic in, because if you're not the one doing it, the woman will do it. And it's like if you go to a theme park, if you see all these roller coasters that are going up, down, sideways, in circles, and you see another roller coaster that's just going in a straight line, what do you gravitate towards more?
The straight line. The straight line.
That's a good one, Mauricio. Ain't nobody looking for the ride that you go around the circle. Look, guys, that might be the revelation of the night right now, right? Because if we go to Disney right now, ain't nobody saying let's go to the teacups, right? Because again, okay, what we gonna do?
The teacups is toxic, though. The teacups are toxic.
But
don't
that's
sleep
what
on
I'm
them
trying to say
teacups.
to you guys, right?
Yeah, you flat, but you.
Mauricio just brought up a good point. Now, go ahead, Ronnie. What you were about to say?
No, I was just saying you flat, but they got you spinning like crazy.
Well, but they
I
got
want
you
to keep
spinning. But see, that's the whole point. That's when toxicity ain't good. I want to know the toxicity I'm getting into. See what I'm saying? So when I look at Space Mountain, or when I look at whatever over here, or what's that one we get on the Animal Kingdom, the one that go backwards, or whatever it is, the Mount Everest ride, or whatever you decide to get on, or if you're going over to Universal. What we trying to say to y'all is the one that gets your attention when you walking up to go through the ticket counter. You ain't saying let's go get on the actual consistent, the consistent ride. Let's protect our stomachs and all this kind of stuff. No, man, we getting in line to go to this one right here, and nobody wants to hear about that you went on the teacups. That's the problem with relationships now. So for everybody watching, man, drop a comment below. Have you ever mistaken confidence for chemistry? I really want to hear y'all thoughts on this one, because one of the things that's happening is some women want to feel like their man is in quote unquote control of them. If you talk to them, it's one of the most dangerous things that you see right now. So the man has to carry that confidence, because the woman is saying, no, you got to tame me. You got to do this. You got to do that. And Ron, I know you give me that funny look, but talk to these women right now when you ask them what they want out of a man. I want somebody who know how to handle me.
Yeah.
I'm going to be me. He better be able to do this, this, and this. And I'm like, man, y'all look, this thing crazy. Jump in there, Ron.
But where we at and what kind of women we talking to?
See, Ron, you got to get out the house. You got to get out the house, man.
I definitely do, because last time I know I was at Carowinds, I was reading the signs like, okay, this says your neck hurt, don't get on this ride.
That's right.
But when you over a certain age,
some toxicity, man. Somebody send my sister some toxicity so she ain't reading the warning signs at the doggone roller coaster.
Listen, that stuff is real. Didn't y'all just have somebody get gone on the ride? But I think that's why I said, that's why I want to know where are you when you're talking to these women, because I think
you're out in these social settings. And look, women gonna get look, let me tell y'all this. When we come over to TikTok, y'all can get into the comments, man, because we'll be able to respond to it. But my point to you is, guys, when you talk to a woman now, and Mauricio can jump in here before we move to number 2. You talk to a woman now, you got to put on this audition that your strength is bigger than her strength or greater than her strength. And she's putting you on this audition that you got to be able to one up her, and you got to do this and you got to do that. And when you're giving guys advice on how to handle that, a lot of guys just saying, man, dude, it's too much work, because the woman has this many demands. But meanwhile, the toxic dude who treat her like crap, she gravitates toward. That's what Mauricio was talking about last week. The one that treat her like crap, she gravitating toward. Jumping up, Mauricio, before we move to number 2.
Because for me, and I don't know about your generation, Rhonda, but I'm going to speak from what I see.
Lord.
I don't think women are looking for love. I just think they're looking for a man they can talk shit about with their friends.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I was at over the weekend. I was at Casa de Monte Cristo. I was right over there.
Of course you were.
And
There was 3
women right behind me. The husband was coming out like every 5 minutes, and he was like, "Do you need anything to drink? Are you okay?" The woman was like paying him no mind. Next thing you know, that husband goes inside. This woman's touching my arm, like, "What do you have in this bag?" Like, she was looking for excitement, because that's how they're wired. They want excitement. They want emotions. She's too boring. It's the flat roller coaster. You're just going in circles. She needs some bumps, turns, twists, turns, everything, the whole package. Unfortunately, that's what the case is now.
But and look, Mauricio is right. Even if you in a relationship now, you got to have playing toxicity, because that's what they craving. You got to have playing toxicity, right? Sometimes you got to start a fight. Sometimes you got to go out and do something y'all ain't done before.
Yeah, start a fight, really?
Yes.
You're gonna tell her cooking sucks. It's just a part of the process.
I need you to stop, because you got that white tank top on. I ain't gonna call it what it really is.
Look, guys, let's get into the second reason. The second reason is mystery feels like death. When a guy doesn't say much, women often fill in the blanks with what they hope he's like. That quietness gets mistaken for emotional intelligence, when really it's just emotional unavailability. Now, Mauricio, I know you said that a lot of women are attracted to what they don't know. Do you think mystery is a part of that pull toward toxic energy. Is mystery a part of that toxic? Ronnie, you okay with that, Bert? You okay?
Yeah, man. I want to top my drink off, but I have my
Go
spoon in
ahead,
here.
top it off. But Mauricio, do you think mystery is a part of that pull toward toxic energy?
Is it really toxic or is it high value? Because high value men are focused on a mission, and when you're focused on a mission, part of the energy that you're gonna give out is unavailability because you're so focused on the mission, and that also plays into the mystery. So in my eyes, I think that's high value. Maybe you can say it's toxic. Maybe toxic is high value. Who knows? That could be another.
It is. It is.
Maybe toxic is high value, and I just think it's whatever you want it to be. I think mystery is something that if a woman doesn't know the full picture of you, she has to fill in the spaces with whatever she perceives you to be.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that works in your favor in relationships, and also if you're trying to seduce a woman.
Okay, Rhonda, jump in there. What you think about this whole mystery thing?
Look, man, I call BS on all these things. I don't even know what the other three gonna be because mystery. One, you're not gonna know everything about someone, right? But if you're gonna treat somebody a certain way, if you're catering to her needs and her wants, she's automatically going to want to know. So I don't know if that's mystery, because if you're learning her, she's going to automatically want to learn you.
No.
And I don't think she has to make up stories.
Hold on, Rhonda.
But no doubt, high value does equal toxicity, period.
Hold on, Rhonda. We got to jump in there. So you believe reciprocity is exhibited in relationships now?
No, I don't. I think relationships are very one-sided. We were talking about the mystery of something.
Because that's Rhonda, but this is why guys are figuring out the woman wants toxic. Because when you try to talk to her and say, hey, here's what I do, here's what I would like to do for you, that's boring. Right? Right? When you act like the quote unquote bad boy, now she's like, oh, I need to meet him. I need to know who that is.
So you're saying this is at every level of a woman.
I'm in the cigar lounge the other day, right?
Yeah.
I'm up here in my spot. As soon as I walk in, where Mauricio at?
Oh,
I don't know where Mauricio at. He should be working. and Mauricio know who I'm talking about. And it's a different day than when he was out the country. Every time I go in there, not, hey man, hey, how you doing? How was your day? None of that. Michelob Ultra? Yep. Hey, you seen Mauricio?
I know that tear that Leo up.
No. Look, let me tell you this. I ain't in the game. Right, it would tear me up if I ain't in the game. But I'm like, I was gonna text him and be like, hey man, I'm in the spot. Your girl asked about you. And I'm sitting here like, see, here's the deal. What that tells me is the intrigue and the mystery. Because what is she expecting me to do? She's expecting me to text him right then and say, hey, she asked about you. Because what is she hoping to condition him to do? Soon as he's finished doing what he's doing, come on up here and see me.
Because that's what he would do. I bet that's what he would have done.
I ain't gonna let my dog walk in the trap. Plus, there ain't no curry.
It ain't no trap. So y'all can set a trap, but we can't set a trap.
We didn't set the trap. But Mauricio know what I'm talking about. And it was Monday. This was yesterday.
And he was in town. He was already back in his natural habitat.
Man, it ain't my job. I ain't a courier pigeon, bro. Look, every time
you are. You look, sound like you the gatekeeper.
No, that's exactly how it's treating me. That's what these young girls don't respect the elders no more. These young girls don't respect the elders. Jump in there, Rhonda, when you hear me tell you that story, right? Mauricio is this man of mystery in the lounge. She could easily text him. She got his number. But he ain't responding to the text. So she asking me. Jump in there, Rhonda.
But okay, so is he a man of mystery, or is he playing the field?
You got to ask him.
You don't answer. No, I don't want him to answer. I'm just giving another
I
Fine.
will answer for you
He
though.
looked like he wanted to answer though. I don't want you to get in trouble because she probably listening.
Hey, there's no trouble. There's options. It's good, but
It's trouble.
so in my circles that I roll in at the cigar lounge, they're very surprised because they say I'm a very quiet 23-year-old.
Mhm.
I'm very reserved, not really on my phone as much unless it's to show them something. So I think it is intrigue. And also most girls I don't tell them what I do. I tell them I'm a coke dealer, I tell them I'm a scammer, and they love every bit of it. They're like, is that really what you do? I'm like, yeah, you want to buy some coke? I have it in my trunk. And they go for that. They say, okay, I say I take care of my people.
He making a point though, guys. I hope y'all hearing this because he making a point. I'm deliberately not telling you what I do because I know you will not be impressed. You looking for something
Or
with
they will be
intrigue and
impressed.
mystery. You
Or they
looking for
will
something
be
with
impressed.
intrigue and mystery. If I told you I have a good, solid, money-making career, that is not exciting. That is not exciting, right? When Mauricio said I got my gas station twisted tea right here, you know how many women who gonna watch this and say, "Oh my God, he like me." Sometimes I go to the gas station, I want to get that too.
Panties just fall off. Panties just fall off.
Just
Okay.
Hey, look, guys, if y'all watching this right now, hit like if you ever dated someone who seemed deep till you realize there was nothing deep about them, right? See, the problem is, guys, I want to make sure I delineate between what I'm talking about tonight. Fellas, y'all have to have a trained, like an actor type thing, a trained toxicity approach. Because if the woman is coming with that, if you want to get her, you're going to have a toxic approach to you. If why am I getting asked about Mauricio? Like he said, he the man of mystery in the lounge. He a quiet 23-year-old. But when you see him in the lounge, he talking to older people. Well, everybody's saying, why is the 23-year-old talking to all these older people? Right? Because a lot of people want to know why is he doing. So it's this international man of mystery in the lounge. And when I walk in just to have a cigar to get my Wi-Fi, and that's the first thing I get asked about is Mauricio, what the hell is going on? Right?
Yes, gatekeeper. Mm-hmm.
well, when Jeff
Let's
and I
get
are
into
together,
let's go ahead, Mauricio. Go ahead.
when Jeff and I are together, he sees random girls come up to me too. Random women just sparking conversations. The
Yeah,
bar
like I ain't there.
drinks. I don't even have to ask for drinks. They just keep bringing them. It's a crazy.
I'm gonna need you to stop accepting all this stuff because somebody may.
Rhonda, I see it. Rhonda, act like I ain't there. They just walk up to her, start having a conversation with them, act like I ain't there. I see it with my own eye. I see it with my own eye. But see, I'm an old school player. I ain't no hater. I ain't no hater, man. I watch the magic happen. See, my time was in the 90s and the early 2000s.
Oh Lord, there you go.
My game and sales training has come from Jeff over here, so it's just a legacy.
Is that what it is? Because
that's what it is.
Look,
I can't.
because guess what, guys? The training that you get at your job is the best training to use when you're trying to build a relationship or when you're talking to people. If you're trying to figure out, I'm just going through the prospecting process. That's all I'm doing. I ain't trying. We gonna have this banter back and forth till we see where this thing gonna go. The woman don't want to reel you right up front. She want to intrigue you. That's what she want. Let's just keep this conversation going. Don't be boring up front. I'm trying to see if you got some intrigue. And that's why why the topic says, guys, they quietly craving this. Okay, they're not gonna tell you they're not craving it, or they're not gonna tell you that they are craving it. This is something you gotta know inherently that the woman is looking for a little bit of excitement. Now, don't get me wrong. You get up older in age, and people they got more yesterdays than they got tomorrows. Yeah, okay. I need something that's gonna be stable.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if your life still got some excitement to it, that toxicity is where it at. Now, here's the deal, guys. The third reason. Attention feels like validation. Toxic people know how to give just enough attention to keep you hooked. They'll call you beautiful, but never ask how your day was. They'll post you once, but ignore you for a week. That emotional roller coaster feels like passion, but really it's just inconsistent energy. Now,
That's it.
attention is not affection. So, Rhonda, unpack that for women that are watching right now. Attention and affection and that emotional roller coaster feels like passion, but really it's just inconsistent energy. Now, we were talking about the roller coaster. Mauricio bought that in earlier. He ain't know I was going this route. But Rhonda, here we go.
You sure? You sure? Legacy. That's what I'm gonna start calling him now. Legacy.
Rhonda, look, he reading the same books. He reading the same books. He listening to the training program. What you expect him to sound like?
I don't know. Look, I know women say they want consistency, and a lot of men aren't going to be that. For I guess depending on whoever they talking to or whatever. But if they're going to confuse attention for affection, then you deserve whatever's going to happen. You have to know, you have to know the difference. If you are out here and you're seeking that thrill and all of that, but then you also can't say it because you gotta have mystery, and you also gotta have that confidence. Like, that's exhausting. Who gonna be out here dating? Like, let's go ahead on and smash and get it over with. If you smash, if I like you, then we could go. Then we talk about the mystery and stuff. Like, that's what it seems like it's like now. Like, you're just on this conveyor belt. Like, this is what it is, from one toxic relationship to the next, one to the next.
Look. And
so you're never gonna find somebody that is it until you do get to the elderly side of things. You're tired now.
Look, tired. How many marital pictures how many wedding pictures did we see this summer on Instagram and Facebook, social media, TikTok, right? Look, Ron, look, it's rare. It's rare to see relationships being formalized right now. That conveyor belt you talking about, that thing gets ignored. Mauricio, you the young buck on the panel, man. Talk about this emotional roller coaster that feels like passion, but it's just really inconsistent energy. And then, Mauricio, talk if it's something you think that's what they want versus something that they hate.
So the real question is it inconsistent, or am I doing it on purpose? What if I'm actually doing that on purpose? I'm consistently inconsistent. Because what is the one quote that everyone knows is space makes the heart grow fonder. So maybe one day I call you princess, I call you beautiful, I write a song about you, maybe a poem. The next day you don't hear from me. I had this instance, this girl came out of the blue, and she's like, oh, like, I just got out of a relationship. Can you treat me like a princess? I told her no. Fuck it. I will not do that. I will not. And then you know what her
you will.
You know what her follow-up question was? What can I do to please you?
What's that?
What can I do to please you? And the reason that happened was because she was trying to get me to be a certain way. And it's like in sales, it's a battle of frame control. So if I'm being consistently inconsistent, I know when to get your attention, and I know when to let you roam so you can think about me more. And that's all it is a game. But to me, it's not even.
I was about to say,
it's not even being inconsistent. It's just part of my DNA now. I know exactly what to do, what to say. I even wrote a song, Ron. I don't know if you heard my song. But...
Listen. Jeff didn't tell you my response to that. So I was like, okay, now I know we never heard this on no radio.
Look.
And I said, is this what a high value man does?
Look.
But I will say one thing that all women have told me, even when I tell them stories, they say I'm very unpredictable, and that's what keeps them hooked. They don't know what I'm going to do. One day I might write a song. One day I might be on a firefighter truck. You don't know what I'm going to do next.
But guess what, though? I'm glad Mauricio said that. He's actually not unpredictable. He's very predictable if you know the training he's using. See, that's why the moment if a lawyer gets arrested, you ain't gonna use the same tactic on a lawyer that you use on somebody who's not a lawyer. The lawyer know what you're gonna do. He know the training, he know the tactics, all that kind of stuff. What Mauricio is letting y'all know is that at his age, a lot of people his age, and even women that are in our generation and older, they don't want relationships to be about training. But what is our relationship? All it is training. And they're getting sucked into the training because if you just were you, now they treat you like crap. They treat you like crap. Most guys will tell you, man, I can't be myself. And that's even from the that's even from the high paid athlete. Man, she only want me because I play ball. She don't want to know the real me. Right? So and what is everybody in your community telling you? Oh, she only wants you because you got this, she got that. What happens if you lost it all, right? And we've always been taught this thing about what if you didn't have all that, but she still think the same way. Well, no, we ain't gonna talk like that. Because that's not an option, right? So Mauricio is very predictable if you're trained. He's unpredictable and all over the place if you've gotten caught in the web. Right? And that's what a lot of people
That's a hell of a web.
People go ahead, Ron.
I said that's a hell of a web.
But Ron, look, let me tell you this. The women these days, right? They are literally will tell you about their man and how much they're in love. And then I see him and they ask me about Mauricio. How that work? How that work? Which one is it, man?
It's both.
You said it's both.
It's both. Yeah.
So I think that one of the things we got to look at right here is the attention that you give them. Guys, a lot of this is just prospecting. The reason why women craving it is the women want that roller coaster with the you know the ups, the downs, the hoops, right? The tunnels, all that kind of stuff. That's really why they're craving it. It may not be something they want to stand on, but in the initial process, you got to do some toxicity. Let me ask y'all this, man. Why when people go to these Caribbean islands, they want to get on the doggone zip line, right? And then you got the people who like, nah, I ain't getting that, right? So you got to know that a lot of people leave their comfort zones and they want some type of excitement. Toxicity, when done right, is a form of controlled excitement. It's memorable. That's all.
But home you is not the same as vacation you. The you at home ain't the same as the one that's on vacation.
But it can be.
That ain't no fun. You want to do stuff on your vacation. That's why people say they can't be themselves. They probably more themselves on vacation than they are in their daily life.
Mm-hmm. But that's what we trying to do. You got to feel like it's you got to get a relationship a mixture of excitement and boredom. Consistency, inconsistency. Jump in, Mauricio. Let me know what you think about that.
Is that most people are conditioned to just please the other person, where they just kind of forget to be themselves. That's the problem. Mm-hmm. People are told not to be themselves, just do whatever it takes to make the other person happy. But when you're actually yourself, when you're authentic, that's when you get the people that call you toxic.
Yes.
And so sometimes you're jumping between both worlds. So it's really not this exhausting thing. It's just you're finally being yourself. Like mm-hmm. when I was dating, I would say if I thought a girl was attractive, I would say she's attractive. I wouldn't hide it. I wouldn't say, no, baby, you're the only one that I see. That's not me. If your friend's good looking, I'm going to tell you that your friend's good looking. And even though that might make her insecure or shy,
yes,
it kept her hooked more.
Or whatever.
And I would say, well, at the end of the day, I'm choosing you. It's you and me. We're in this together.
Oh my gosh.
Look, but Rhonda, look, the game didn't change, man. Or maybe the game never changed.
It never changed. It ain't changed.
Yeah.
It ain't changed. It just has AI in it now.
Look, I'm telling y'all.
This is before AI. Now
look, I'm telling y'all right now that attention, if they want it, that's when they really saying, give me some toxic attention. They don't want attention. They want that toxic attention, that attention roller coaster. Because I think some guys try to smother the women with it instead of giving it, taking it back, giving it, taking it back, intensifying it, right? Doing some stuff to just keep them on their toes, man. Keep them on their toes. That's what you got to do. I'm telling you, Ron. I'm just telling you what I see. I ain't telling you what to do. I'm telling you what I see. Let's get it. Let's get into the number. Let's get into number 4. The fourth
Yes,
reason
please.
toxicity feels attractive is chaos mimics passion. We've been sold this idea that real love should feel like butterflies and fireworks, but sometimes fireworks just burn too fast. Healthy love feels steady. It's not about that constant. It's not about the constant highs. It's about the calm that comes after. But because movies and social media glorify drama, some people think love that's peaceful means boring. Right now, Rhonda, when do you think peace started being labeled as boring, and why do you think that mindset keeps good men from being chosen?
Look, peace became boring when social media entered the picture. Like at the end of the day, that's what, like when you have a way to escape, how could relationships compete with social media? It's really hard.
Mhm.
It's probably no competition when it comes to that, right? So then when you see all these other, like something came across my page the other day. Now, I ain't watched the Braxtons in years, but now I watch, like, what you mean, Tony? What's the name doing on Bird Man and all this kind of stuff, right? Like, and I'm like, I ain't care about this mess till this stuff started coming across, my feed. So I think when you want to get away from whatever the real world is throwing at you, social media is like, come on home, welcome in, stay as long as you like, stay as long as you like.
Yes.
And that's why I don't think anybody could necessarily be at true peace, because as long as it's in the palm of your hand with the phone and stuff, like you could be, I know when we on the plane next week, I know we're gonna be scrolling, we're gonna be looking at something. Your mama probably be looking at the Bible or some obituaries, and then I'm gonna be looking at whatever I'm gonna be looking at, right? Because you gotta have something like that to just be for some people. For some people. So I don't know if peace is truly peace anymore because of how the world is now. It's hard to have that downtime or to have that peace, and why women, we're wired now to always want something else. You just can't be for a second. Let me like what's around the corner, what's next. So
Hmm.
to say that somebody could sit there and just be, I think that's not going to happen for a lot of people unless they're intentional about it, or if they've been hurt really bad.
Okay.
I think that's the only way people can get some peace.
Okay. Mauricio, jump in there. Let me know what you think, brother.
Well, let's talk about movies. Like I know you mentioned that in your sentence, but in movies, who do we root for? We don't root for the person that came from a perfect family that has never had any chaos in their lives, that's never had any trauma. We root for the people that go through the downs and come out of it. So chaos, the drama is what sucks us in. We don't root for superheroes that have had a perfect life. Usually something happens, their parents died,
Yep.
they make something of themselves, and that's what builds that emotional attachment to that. Now, and you take it to the real world, people don't want a boring guy. Let's talk about The Notebook. I like The Notebook. So that's Ryan Gosling and it's so, not to give any spoilers for those who haven't watched it, but they were dating when they were younger. They were forced apart. She was about to get married to another guy that was perfect on paper, Marines, everything. But she was in love with the guy that she was in love with before, who was chaotic. He was toxic, and people were rooting for him. He even built a house for her to come back. And what did she do? She ditched that marriage and came back home to the toxic. So,
Not home.
and that movie resonates with a lot of people. People love that movie.
Yeah, it's a classic.
They don't have backlash for that movie.
But Mauricio, you're making a good point, because one of the things people got to understand is peace is no longer desired, right? And what do I mean by that? You can go on a good vacation. And let me tell you this. First of all, if you ain't getting reels sent to you by the person, if you ain't getting reels sent to you by the person, that ain't a real relationship anyway, right? Right? If you ain't getting TikToks and Instagram sent to you, that relationship ain't toxic enough, right? Because here's what'll happen. You could go to the same relation, you could go to the same place, and y'all had a good time, but then your feed starts sending you what other people are doing on that same trip. And you're like, how did we miss that? Because we over here having peace, And they over here on the toxic side. Let me tell y'all where I think it happened. I think Ron, I'm glad you said social media, but I'm gonna say COVID. COVID changed relationships forever. Because one of my favorite movies is Couples Retreat. In Couples Retreat, you had Eden East and Eden West. And remember, the married couples couldn't go over to Eden East, but the parties was over there. The excitement was over there. The toxicity was over there, but they were not allowed to go. And I think what happened in COVID, when people got stuck with the people they were in relationships with, everything changed. Nobody wants to be locked down anymore. People want to be free. And Mauricio has mentioned this in previous podcasts. People want to be free, but they want somebody they can kick it with when they're ready to kick it with them. But they don't want a formal relationship because they want to keep their options.
They don't want the consistent person that's always there. The consistent person that's right there in the house.
Let me tell y'all this. All these people these days got a roster now. It ain't no single person on. Everybody got a roster. So now somebody know if they act up, man, he or she got other options. Ain't no more we gonna work through it. Okay, keep showing your ass. Keep showing your ass. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna go over here. And that's what didn't exist. Well, it may have existed in relationships, but now with social media, people don't care about, you ain't getting rewarded for working through stuff now. Everything is on your feed to tell you, man, don't put up with that. Come on over here.
Absolutely.
And that's rough, guys. If y'all watching this right now, hit share and send this to someone who keeps calling toxic love exciting. Because actuality, it is. The number one thing, if you are attracted to toxicity, you are operating in the mindset you need to right now, because that's where relationships are. If you are operating in peace, that relationship ain't gonna last long, because there's not enough supporting factors to keep peace in place. Y'all could be sitting in the house chilling. Let one of y'all get a reel. Now all of a sudden you forward, hey man, you heard about this? Yeah, I saw it already. Well, why you ain't send it to me? Right? Like all that kind of stuff.
I don't like you like that.
Exactly. Because I didn't want to talk to you about it. I didn't want to talk to you. Well, why you want to talk to me? Now y'all was sitting there that wasn't having no issues. And now here we go. Okay. Let's get to number 5, guys. Last one in TikTok. We coming over to y'all, man, for the after party. It's the last one. Dominance gets mistaken for protection. A toxic man knows how to act protective when he really wants control. He'll say things like, I don't want you going out like that. Not because he cares about you, but because he wants to limit your freedom. Real protection doesn't restrict you and empowers you to move freely. Knowing someone's got your back, not their thumb on you, right? Now, Ron, I know you talk to a lot of women about this. What's one of the signs that women can look for if they know the difference between protecting and controlling? Because the reason why I'm bringing this up to you guys is y'all got to understand, this is why you got to be dealing with somebody trained. The toxicity has to come from a trained perspective, not from an emotional one. See, if you got somebody who's an emotional wreck out there that's toxic, you about to get into some controlling dude where y'all gonna be on investigation discovery. But Rhonda, jump in there, let me know what you think about that.
You're right. There is a very big difference between protection and dominance.
Yeah.
Now, again, I watch way too much Snapped. That's it's one of my favorite shows. And they had this instance where this lady, she got somebody. She was a cougar or a thundercat, whatever you want to call it. And she had this little young 20-some-year-old, told him some stuff, man, and it's just all because she wanted her husband dead. She wanted them to kill that man so she can get the insurance, right? And so if you're out here looking for love disguised as toxicity, because that's what that was, you have to have a willing participant. Because you could have dominance or protection with somebody, but if they don't want it, they're not going to accept it anyway. But if you have to have somebody that's willing to go along with you and your dominance and or your protection, right? I guess we could take Tina Turner, for example. Ike was off the chain. Ike Turner did not play according to the movie, allegedly. He didn't play. So, but he called himself protecting her. but he also was very dominant and abusive. And so, but because she had nowhere to go, so I think, if people got options, like y'all say,
Yeah.
but you got to know you have the option to leave. So I don't know. Protection is one thing. Protection to me is gentle. Protection is like respectful. Dominance is something else. Dominance is like, why you got that on? Where you going with that on?
You got to know why she got that on.
I mean, they ain't never happened to me. I'm just saying, like where you going with that?
Stop right there, though, Ron. Stop right there, though, because I want Mauricio to come in here. Stop right there. Why you got that on could mean a couple different things.
Yeah.
Right? Why you got that on? Because the woman may be just as toxic and she want the man to notice her, right? See, the number one thing is I'm gonna wear this to get his attention. Now, what he's gonna say is why you got that on and where you going. Now he got two options. He can say enjoy yourself, or he can get his ass up and get dressed and go too. Because she's trying to send a message.
He need to stay home. And let me go out here and be toxic all by myself.
Jumping over Mauricio. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that domination, that protection, and versus controlling. Jump in there. Let me know what you think about that.
I think I'm starting to have a revelation that I'm really not that toxic from what it sounds like.
No, you are.
For me, if my woman looks good, we're gonna do some stuff before she leaves. That's how it's always been in my relationship. So then when she comes back, we're doing some more stuff. That's just how I really don't care that much. I'm like, you go look good, where home is. So I don't know. I guess I don't really fit in that category. Dominance versus protection. Yeah. She knows she's safe around me. She knows that she can count on me for anything. Maybe that sometimes you do have to put it in there. Like I said, you have to put in little details. Sometimes I might have to make it seem like, are you gonna go see your boyfriend now? Like that's just part of the game though. But I don't, it's just because the most common things I hear from women now is my boyfriend doesn't care about me, and because they're not mixing enough care with the toxicity. There has to be a balance. It's a yin yang. You can't have light without dark. You need to have both.
And that's what I want y'all to see what Mauricio is doing right now. See, one of the things what I'm telling you, what women are craving around, and the reason why I'm having this podcast is because women got to understand that toxicity is something you have to have control over, not something that's out of control. See, so like what Mauricio just said, right? So if I see you come out the room with something titled, okay, hey man, no, wear the other shoes with that. That's gonna kill it, right? Like that's what you got to do. It don't be, oh no, you need to go change, bro. What the fuck, right? Like you can't say that. What the who? What the hell, y'all? Right? Yeah. So my point to you guys is.
That sounded too real. That sounded too real.
Let me tell y'all that. Mauricio was saying that too, and Ronnie, you're saying it too, which is a lot of people don't understand that we're talking about bringing your professional training into your relationship, and that's where we are now as a society. Because if you're not using some type of professional training, some psychology with it, you losing out. You're losing out. So now all of a sudden, I can tell when you come out of the room what you got on, where you want to go, what type of night you want to have. And I can tell what type of response you want out of me. Are we just going to get something to eat? Or are we really going out to have a good time, laugh, joke, all that kind of stuff and everything in between? So kind of like Mauricio said, she come out, she going out on the girls' night. Is she looking good? Oh, you going to see your little boyfriend? Okay, tell him I said what's up. You'll be back. Right? That kind of thing. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people don't understand that with social media, guys, you can't take your relationship too serious, but you also got to understand everybody's their own individual brand right now. You got to let the ego breathe free. You cannot cage anybody right now. You can't cage anybody right now. And that's why I think you got to set them free. Give them that rope, man. Give them that rope. Let them do whatever the hell they want to do. The guys who are trying to control their women are the ones where as soon as I walk into the lounge, they're asking me where Mauricio at. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
See, this is what people don't understand why women are craving toxicity. They're not craving the out of control emotional wreck toxicity, right? Restraining orders and all that kind of stuff. What they're craving is that roller coaster that they know. All right, it's finished. I can get off of it. Let me walk around the park, chill a little bit, get me a Mickey Mouse ear ice cream bar. Okay, let's go get back on it again. That was fun, right? That's what we're talking about. See what I'm saying, Ron? Like it's got to be controlled.
Mhm.
It's got to be controlled chaos. I tell people it's like a high ropes course,
Mhm.
man. Back in corporate America, we used to have to do high ropes courses because it felt like this is what you feel like when you're on talking to a prospect, talking to customers. Always balancing acts. You're doing balancing acts, right? But here's the deal, guys. Toxicity feels good because it's your familiarity. And what's familiar feels safe, even when it's not. We watched a lot of toxic relationships growing up, but we didn't call it toxic. We called it real life, right? The goal isn't to hate yourself for what you're attracted to. The goal is to understand it. Because when you understand toxicity, it will draw you to it even more. But you can finally stop you can finally stop mistaking intensity for intimacy. And when that shift happens, you'll find yourself craving calm love, not chaotic love. Now, before we wrap up, guys, make sure y'all get my new book, man. Ashes Between Us. If you want to know what's going on in this cigar lounge, I ain't even gonna pull it up on the screen right now. Go ahead and get that new book, man. It is on the Kindle. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. We talk about everything that goes on in the lounge, man, from race to relationship. Y'all talk about toxicity. I lay it out in that book about what's happening in the lounge, man. If this message spoke to you, do me a favor, drop a comment below. Tell me your biggest aha moment from the night. Hit like to support the channel and type subscribe. And tap subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive on love, peace, and emotional intelligence. I'm still on the Man is the Catch series, guy. We still on that Man is the
I
Catch.
know.
We ain't let that one go yet. Because a lot of y'all ladies need to hear this. A lot of y'all ladies need to hear this,
No,
right?
you don't.
Shout out again to my panel. Mauricio, give them your takeaway before we head over here to TikTok for the after party. Give them your takeaway for the night.
You need the highs, you need the lows. So make sure to incorporate that in everything that you do, not only in relationships, but in your business world, anything. And that's how you get the hooks.
Nice. Tell them where they can find you on the socials over here on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook before we go over to TikTok.
You can find me at Mauricio and at the AI operators on all other platforms.
Nice. Rhonda, give us your takeaway tonight and then tell them where they can find you on the socials before we head over here to TikTok.
Ladies, y'all let these men know we ain't that deep with what they just told us tonight. And how they roll. So, right. But if you like that, that's your business. But it ain't got to be that deep with it. Y'all can find me on RMB LMBT on Instagram.
Appreciate y'all being
It
on,
ain't that
man.
deep.
My take tonight is never come out of your training, man. Stay connected to your training and your relationships will thrive, whether they singular or whether they plural. They gonna thrive if you stay in training. And y'all know what it is, man. Smoke something, drink something podcast. I'm the Real Cigar Jeff. Y'all do me a favor, get down in the description, support the channel, get the merch, like, share, comment, subscribe. TikTok, we coming over here to y'all for the after party. And until next time, guys, we gonna holler.
Pop it, smoke it, drink it down. With your boys, it got Jeff around. Feel the vibe, we're set to roll. Press play, let's lose control. Sip a drink and smoke will swirl. Join the convo around the world. Relationships we dissect slow. Current events, we let them flow.